welcome or welcome back to Beauty Bees. I didn't update this project last month, but somehow, I still have only one tiny empty to share. So let's get that out of the way first. This is from, I do not remember where this is from. I will put the name up at the top, but this is a small perfume company that I found on Etsy. And this is their Scent Summer Days. This is their trial size. This is a perfume oil. And I talked quite a bit about this in my empties video, but this was very much like a cut grass scent. But it's like an idyllic kind of cutting the grass where maybe you have an electric mower or something instead of my gas-powered mower, which just causes the whole experience to smell like exhaust. Anyway, this was pleasant. I wasn't wild about it. I didn't love it. Not going to repurchase. The brand is Morari. It came to me. Very good. That's the only empty I have. However, I think that I technically have two empties because I had the tiniest little Clinique serum, like sample 0.1 ounces that I put in this project, and I also finished that, but I didn't remember that it was even in the project, so I threw it away after empties. But I finished 2 items, yay! Now on to the items that I didn't finish, or even make good progress on, it seems like. So first up, we have this Bare Minerals Gen Nude Blush in Call My Blush. This is a deluxe sample. I repressed this like 6 months ago at this point. I've used it really consistently, actually, and there is no pan. I kind of wonder if I've just managed to wear this down really evenly, and then I'm going to one day have pan, and then like a week later, it'll seem like it's almost empty. But maybe that is too optimistic. It's a pretty color. It's a nice blush. I just don't understand how I haven't hit pan in this again, because I had a really easy time hitting pan in this the first time around. I had this in the project last year just to hit pan, and I didn't feel like it was that difficult. I definitely spent more time working on other blushes, but yet somehow this has taken me months and months of pretty much constant use. I mean, I would probably say that I use this 15 times a month on average. I do use this about every other day, and yet here we are. It does make a rather satisfying clicking noise when I close it though, so that's appreciated. A product that I often mix in with that last blush is from Wet n Wild. This is the Color Icon Baked Blush, and don't flutter yourself. It's from their Hummingbird line. That was probably what? Their spring collection 5 years ago, maybe? Something like that. Let's not, if it's way more than 5, don't say anything. I don't need to know that. I'm just trying to hit pan in this, and I'm trying to hit pan in this corner over here. It's a very glowy product, which is why I generally wear this mixed in with that Bare Minerals blush that I was showing, or whatever other blush I'm wearing. Sometimes I wear this as an eyeshadow too. It's pretty that way as well. But I haven't hit pan yet. I think it's probably pretty close. I've used highlighters in a very similar formula from Wet n Wild in the past. I had a 4-pan highlighter palette. I believe it was called the Mega Glow Illuminator palette, and I hit pan on multiple of those shades, and they were very thin. So I imagine this is a similar pan, so hopefully I'm pretty close. I really thought this was going to be gone. This is from Maybelline. It's their Lasting Fix setting spray, and this is only 1 ounce size. It's a tiny little guy. I love how oversized the sprayer nozzle looks compared to the bottle, but this still feels pretty full. I use this probably a couple of times a week. I'm not super consistent about using this. I don't tend to use a lot of powder on my face this time of year. I don't need to reduce the matte powdery look, so I don't tend to wear setting spray, and then I don't use my setting spray and it feels 80 to 90% full still. Another product that I'm still working on, the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I think that I actually made some progress this month, or the past 2 months. I want to finish this. I need to hone in on it though and like use it consistently. Let's just put on a little right now. Why not? I think that I use a little bit more when I wear this than is probably intended, because I find that this is actually a really good skin tone match for me. So if I layer this up, I can actually get a tiny bit of coverage out of it, as well as that pore smoothing. So I need to consistently use this because I could always use a little bit of coverage on my chin or right here around my nose. I'm not going through it very quickly, probably because I don't actually use it that consistently. I thought that if I brought it into the project, I would use it consistently, but joke's on me. Anyway, next product. This is another one that's going way slower than I think it should. I'm wearing it today, though I'm wearing like so many different eyeshadows mixed together today that I don't think you can pick out the impact of this particular product. This is the ColourPop Super Shock in Fly to Your Heart. It's from their Tinkerbell collection. My goal is to hit pan. And this is so dry at this point. I mean, it was dry to start with. It was definitely on the very dry side for these Super Shocks. But at this point, it just feels like a regular eyeshadow. It feels like a giant pan of regular eyeshadow that I'm trying to hit pan in. So I've made progress. I definitely have a dip, and it's a pretty wide dip. I don't like focus my finger. I generally apply this with a finger in one specific area, but I'm not that close to hitting pan. Surely I'm not. At least it's cute. I don't really mind having this out every day for months on end because I really like the green. I like seeing Tinkerbell. It's very adorable. My first experience trying to pan an eyeliner has been slow this year, but I'm making progress. So this is the Beauty for Real liner in Olive, and I have, maybe a little less than an inch left. This is going really pretty well, I think. I have not been great about using this the past month. I think I've probably only worn it like 3 or 4 times. I think that as we get into like really cold fall, it hasn't been super cold except for maybe the last week or so here, that this will come out a little bit more. I feel like this really deep green will complement the types of shades that I want to wear in November and December. And this is deep enough that I essentially use it like a black. It's just, it doesn't really show up as that green most of the time against my skin. So I will keep using that one. 2 more products to go, and I think both of these were brought in the last update. So I haven't been working on these for as long. It makes sense that I don't have as much progress. First, we have this Tarte mini lipstick. This is, I believe, their Rainforest of the Sea lipstick in the shade Miami Vice. This is so bold. It is a really lovely red shade, but this is so incredibly pigmented. The way that I wore this yesterday, which is the way that I've liked it the most, is I applied like a single swipe to my bottom lip, and then I just mashed my lips together until I had color everywhere I needed it. That's the only way I found that I can wear this without just making a total mess of everything, because this is so pigmented that, you know, I drink from my water bottle or whatever, leaves a giant mark, and then the next time I take a sip, if I don't exactly line up where I took my last sip from, I'll have a little red splotch, and so annoying. That worked okay though. It ended up being pretty long lasting. It's just, how am I going to use this up? If I only need one swipe and that lasted me through 2 meals, like I think I put it on after breakfast and then I would have needed to touch up after dinner. How? I don't have that much lipstick here, but I feel like this could be 20 uses or more, like 20 days of use. We'll see. And then the last product is a bronzer. I finished my first ever bronzer, well, in multiple senses of the word, a couple of months ago. It was the Tarte Park Avenue Princess Bronzer. And now I'm working on another classic. This is Laguna from NARS. This is a mini. It is the size that they were giving out at Sephora in the birthday gift 2 years ago, I believe. It's a pretty bronzer. My goal for right now is just to hit pan. I think that I might be on track to do that relatively soon because I can see that there is a real dip going on there, and I think if I position this right, I think you can tell there's quite a bit of lip of the pan showing. I think I might be getting close. I really have no sense of how long this will take, but I'm at least making progress. It looks like a used product, which I appreciate. So that was everything that I was working on for the past couple of months. I'm adding in 2 additional products today. The first is from Nudestix. This is their Nudies Matte Luxe all over face blush color, and this is in the shade Rosy Posy. This is actually a relatively new item to my collection. I think I got this back in March, but I've been absolutely loving it, and I think that I want to finish it off. I want to really enjoy this while it's still like in its prime. The label on the back I think says 12 months. It's very, very small. It's hard to read, but I don't have that much left. And if I roll this all the way down, like you can tell that I've made a decent amount of progress on it. It was probably, I don't know, like this tall when I first got it. There was a very like nicely formed tip to the product that protruded even when it was all the way down. So I've used up probably between a third and half of the product. It's a really pretty pink. Looks great on the cheeks, which is how I'm wearing it today. Looks really pretty on the lips too. Can't say I've worn it on the eyes. These type of products, these like 3-in-1 products, are just generally not my favorite thing on the eyes, but I might have to give it a go. Anyway, I want to finish this. I don't know that will be doable within 2 months, which is, yeah, that's how long I have left in this project. But it'll be close. We'll see. And then the last product is another little mini. This is from Copacetic Cosmetics, and this is their Dynamite Loose Highlighter. It is a really interesting shade. I'm wearing this today as well, though I put on very little. But this is a loose highlighter that has sort of a green cast to it, but also has little red shimmers. It's very strange. It doesn't sound like something that would look nice. And honestly, if you put on a lot, this is nightmarish. But if you get just a little bit and really buff it in, it really does give a nice little glow with a little bit of sparkle. So honestly, probably not the best to wear when I'm like filming and stuff, but it is pretty. Yeah, so I want to work on that, and I spilled quite a bit of this at one point, so I have probably a third of what I started with left. it will still last me a very long time. You need very, very little of this product, but it'll be fun to work on. Okay, so that's my little hot mess of an update. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're making better progress on your project pans than I am. And that'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.